There's a day door and there's a night door. The day door that's associated with the old order, you knock until the door is opened. Under the night door, it becomes you have to knock and you have to have a skeleton key. We were talking about the key maker earlier. What gives you a skeleton key? To be lucid and to be receiving of information without polarity, to let the information wash through you and wash into you indiscriminately. This is a skeleton key because it means you're open-minded enough to take in all kinds of concepts, and you're not polarized enough to be attracted to the negative thing where it throws the whole meaning and the power of what you were searching for off. If you can't let one thing about a particular school of thought become so detestable to you that you discard the entire concept. Exceptions being that if it causes harm to yourself and others, then you can discard and you can be polarized out of it to an extent. But even still, on higher levels of understanding, you can even transmute and reinterpret those concepts to not include hurting or harming others. It may be a ritual that involves something that you just wouldn't think of doing in a million years. And in order to get the power, I'm telling you, you don't have to. You just have to understand what the symbols mean. You don't have to be out here sacrificing pets and people and things like that. But what you may have to sacrifice is animalistic parts of yourself, and you may have to sacrifice different personality traits of yourself. Those things may have to be slain. Those things may have to be sacrificed. You got certain rituals where you may have to, like for Gamaliel, for example, in the Gamaliel covens, they consume bodily fluids. They take on their own bodily emissions. Now, to reinterpret that and to transmute that, for example, you wouldn't be taking on any bodily fluids. You wouldn't be ingesting anything like that. But you would understand that the body that you have is created to serve your purpose. And blood and fluids is what flows through your body and animates it. Just knowing that is enough. You don't have to consume, nor would I recommend that you ever try consuming something that's already in you. Exception being saliva. They're probably gonna, you know what I mean? And I don't even, from a ritualistic perspective, this is why I don't necessarily endorse ritual, because with that is a lot of red tape, and there's a lot of discrepancy between what is an actual practice and what is only meant to be interpreted and symbolic. So rather than delving into that, I just deal with the meanings themselves on the surface. So the skeleton key, again, will allow you to go in and out of these different schools of thought, in and out of these different concepts, whether light or dark, and to gain a full understanding without compromising any of your mental or spiritual integrity. These are skeleton keys. See, the day door, you just have to knock until that door is open. But the door can be open and you cannot be let inside of the door once it opens. The door could open just for someone on the other side to tell you that you're not welcome, to tell you that you haven't been invited, to tell you that you don't have a reservation. But the night door doesn't have anything to do with you requiring permission in order to enter. The night door has two words in it: Nocturne. You have to knock and then you have to turn. First you knock and then you turn, knowing that you have the key. A lot of people don't have the key to the night door. They don't know what the night door even is. They don't understand that the symbolic version of night is just the other side of the body. See, there are two suns. One sun is in our galaxy. It shines in the sky and it goes up and down the horizon, Horus. That is one. That's one sun. But then the other sun that's in you is the black sun, the one that's behind your skin, your consciousness, like the solar sphere, your mentality, your psyche, your essence. That's the black sun. I think it was literature by H.P. Lovecraft. He called it Vril, Vril, viril. But what does viril sound like? It sounds like for real, right? Viril sounds like for real. Scientifically, dark matter is what's said to be the composite of all material existence. That is all in dark matter. And this makes sense because if you truly look and just look, you'll see that there's darkness everywhere, right in front of your face. There's these dark spaces. It's very, very fine, like the finest static you've ever seen, and it's in everything. It's in and through everything. This is dark matter that you're supposedly not supposed to be able to see, but you can see it. It's so easy to see that we just look right past it and we look into the form, not the darkness that's behind the form, permeating in and throughout the form. To understand that is to understand that that there's a mid-world, there's an in-between, an anti-world in between this world right here. And that's where imagination hides in the dark matter that is in a current shape of a thing. And that dark matter can be manipulated to change the current state of a thing. You could be poor and change your dark matter to the point where you begin to enrich yourself from the inside out. And then these circumstances and forms all around you will begin to correspond. You ask, where did that come from? That didn't come from light. That came from darkness. That came from going through the night door, the nocturne door. You went into yourself. You went into your own heart. You went into your own consciousness. You went through the night door, not the day door. The day door is the world where you're waiting for an opportunity out here, where you're waiting for an opportunity on the outside, waiting for somebody in the world to hook it up for you, waiting to make earthly alliances. That's the day door where you just knock and wait for it to be open and continue to knock. But the night door, again, the night door is the door that you have a key to. First, you knock to let people know that you're at the door. Let all the entities in darkness and let all of the primordial energies know that you're at the door of night, that you're getting ready to step into shadow, which is essentially you're letting yourself know that you're going to self-reflect and meditate and really dig into the different compartments of your soul and figure yourself out and elevate yourself and upgrade yourself or whatever it is necessary for that shadow work to take place. But you have to go through a door. You have to knock first and then turn. What is the symbolic turning of the key? To be fluid, to be flexible with the knowledge that you receive, not to be so polarized if you come across a part of information that you may not agree with. To knock and to turn, to change, to be fluid. In the traditional scriptures, Bible, New Testament, you have Paul saying, when he was around barbarians, he was a barbarian. When he was around the civilized, he was civilized. Around the poor, he was poor. Around the rich, he was rich. He did this so that all people of all backgrounds could see that the true power of Christ is an indiscriminate quality that has everything to do with a state of consciousness that is divine and nothing to do with separating or distinguishing people based on cultural lines, religious lines, etc. But to be in all states, to be content in all states, to be fluid, to be the key, to have the nocturne, the knock and the turn, to be nocturnal, to knock and turn, because you're the one that's inserting the key.